All right, guys, we have one more topic to cover real quick before we jump in and take some emails. Twins is back in the news with Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's right, Ivan Reitman is coming back to direct a sequel to Twins. Now, ever since like 2012, it's kind of been rumored or like talked about that, you know, they're kind of looking into doing 2012. It just hit me. That was 9 years ago. Wow. It's weird. It's weird. All of the 2010s to me have kind of been a blur, right? It's all kind of been a blur. But now I'm just realizing, wow, that was 9 years ago. Anyway, so it's been talked about for about 9 years that Ivan Reitman kind of wants to come back and do a sequel to Twins. It was being developed by, or rather, like an idea was sparked from Eddie Murphy. So it was kind of rumored, well, hey, maybe Eddie Murphy is going to come back and play kind of like the long lost brother of these two wackadoo characters. Well, 9 years later, we finally have confirmation, yes, a Twins sequel is happening, but also we have our confirmation of who the third brother is going to be. Tracy Morgan. It sounds wonderful. It sounds wonderful. As this article from Collider points out, Eddie Murphy had to back out of the project because ever since My Name is Dolomite and ever since Coming to America, which is, I still contend, is a terrible title. Because that's so confusing. It's Coming to America 2. Come on. You have to put that emphasis in there. Coming to America versus Coming to America. Ugh. That's just, it's annoying. If you can't have Eddie Murphy, and of course, like, Eddie Murphy seems like he would be, like, the perfect choice for that, right? You have Danny DeVito, you have Arnold Schwarzenegger, who were at the height of their powers in the 80s. My goodness, those two were just unstoppable juggernauts in the 80s. And to have another 80s icon in Eddie Murphy, a comedic icon, my goodness, that would round out the cast so perfectly. But having said that, Tracy Morgan is incredible in his own right. In the late 90s, early 2000s, Tracy Morgan totally dominated SNL alongside, other people like Molly Shannon or Will Ferrell. Tracy Morgan is so funny. Here's a fun story. As you guys know, I live in New York City. And this was years ago. This is maybe like 13 or 14 years ago. This is a long time ago. I was standing in line at Whole Foods, and somebody cut in front of me, just like with their shopping cart, just cut in front of me. This dude and his girlfriend. I was like, what is happening right now? No, stop it. And I looked up. It was Tracy Morgan. And I'm like, what? Tracy Morgan just jumped in front of me in line at Whole Foods? You got to be kidding me. It's like one of those whenever somebody meets like Bill Murray, or like Bill Murray like pulls a prank on somebody in public, and then he whispers in the ear, "Nobody's ever going to believe you." Yeah, I kind of feel like it was one of those things of like, Tracy Morgan just cut me off. Anyway, nobody's going to believe you. Anyway, I think this sounds wonderful. I'm very much excited. First of all, I'm excited for a Twin sequel. I mean, the first Twins in 1988, I think, if my math is correct. It was one of those oddball. There's a lot of oddball movies that came out of the 80s, you guys. There's a lot of oddball movies that came out of the 80s, but Twins was one of those like cultural icon films that was so weird. It developed this cult following. To this day, people rave about Twins. People love that movie. People will stand up and defend that movie. It's, in all candor, it's not the best movie of the 80s. It's not even the best comedy movie of the 80s. But it's fun. It's fun, it's silly, it's lighthearted. We understand what it is. We understand like the whole. It's just a weird wackadoo kind of fun romp kind of movie. Just like a good feel good kind of movie. And to know that, Ivan Reitman wants to do a sequel and add Tracy Morgan, I'm in. Count me in. I want to see this now. But guys, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts about the upcoming Twins sequel? Are you of the opinion that maybe they just shouldn't do one? Maybe they should just kind of leave well enough alone? Or are you on board with this? And you're like, yeah, I'd actually kind of like to see Tracy Morgan in the role of the third long-lost sibling brother. What are your thoughts? I want to know. Jump on down to the comment section below. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, click subscribe. And if you really, really like this video, click share. Because that is exactly what Pee Wee Herman would want you to do. Ha ha ha.